In this video, we're going to add components to the main frame. To do that, we're going to go over to the main frame class, and let me minimize this, collapse that. Then I'm going to click on design, and we're going to expand this window and preview the size. That's okay for us. Let me close the preview. Okay, so this is going to be the size of the window. Notice that whatever you do, the source code will be generated for you automatically based on whatever you are doing. So I'm going to go back to the design, and then I'm going to add a menu bar. That's the first thing we're going to do. So let's look for a menu bar in the palette window. Scroll down here, you can see we have a menu bar here. So I'm going to drag the menu bar and drop it over here. You can see this is what we call the menu bar. Let's preview it. So this is how it will look like when we run the application. I'm going to close that. Alright, so notice that NetBeans automatically adds two menus, the file and the edit menu for us, and that's fine for us. But we're gonna add some extra menu items to the menu. So like if you recall, in the previous tutorial I showed you an example of the application that I had already developed, and we had 3 menu items. So let's add menu items to this file menu. I will add a menu item by dragging menu item from swing menus and dropping it in the file menu. Then I add another menu item by dragging and dropping. And then I add another menu item by dragging and dropping. So I want you to understand that the menu items that I've dragged and dropped are called components, and the menu bar that I'm dropping, or the menu that I'm dropping the menu items into, is a container. And the menu, the file menu itself, which is a container, is also a component that is added to the container, which is this menu bar, which is also a component that is added to the container, which is the JFrame, which is also a component as well. So it's very important for you to understand this component container hierarchy tree, because if you come over here in the navigator, you will see the JFrame is the top level container, which is a component on itself, and we have a menu bar, which is a component of the JFrame, and is also a container because it contains other components like JMenu1, JMenu2, and JMenu1, which is a file menu, contains 3 components, which are menu items. Now also notice that this component tree, this navigator window, displays a component tree, and it shows the variables that have been declared for the components. Like if you go over to the source code, you're gonna see that all this code will be generated, and these are the variables that are being used for this source code. And you can see under that variables declaration do not modify, some variables have been instantiated for us, and we have JMenu1, JMenu2, JMenu bar 1, JMenu item 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so those are the components I just added, and each time we add a component, the variable will be declared for that component. So it makes the coding process pretty easy. But so far, it's always advisable that you modify the variable names and call it whatever you want so that you can easily identify and remember them. So for the menu bar, I'd like to rename the menu bar, and I'll call it menu bar instead of calling it JMenu bar 1. And for the menu, I'd like to modify the variable and call it file menu. That will be the variable name, because this particular menu is holding the file menu. So I'll modify this other variable and call it edit menu. And for this particular menu item, I like to call the variable add record menu item, and this is going to be the edit record menu item. Notice I'm using the normal Java variable naming convention over here, and this is going to be the exit menu item. Alright, now that doesn't modifies the labels that are displaying the menu items here. For instance, if we preview, you see that we click on the file menu, we will be seeing JMenu item 1, JMenu item 2, JMenu item 3, and that doesn't make any much sense. So let's change this to add record, and I'm gonna change this to edit record. Then we're gonna change this to exit. Alright, now we can create shortcuts for each of these menu items. So let's go ahead and create shortcut keys for the menu items. So I'm going to double click on this shortcut, and this will bring up this dialog for me to select the keystroke that will be used in the shortcuts. So this is a keystroke editor. Now for the adding of a new record, I would like us to use Control A or Control N, and Control A is actually for highlighting all text. So not Shift N. Oops. I would like Control I like Control N. I think when I press Shift it adds that for me. Okay, so Control and N. Maybe I should press Control N myself. Okay, that's better. So actually I had to press Control and the letter N to get that. So Control N will create a new record for us, and to edit we'll use Control E. So I'm gonna click OK, and then to exit, actually let's use okay, let's use Control X to exit. So Control X to exit. I would like to see what happens, what we do when we are using the part. Okay, to create a new record is Control N, and to edit, and doesn't have an edit menu, and doesn't have a shortcut for the exit. Anyway, let's get rid of this shortcut for the exit, so that the users will stick to clicking the exit button to close it. So I'm gonna save this. Let's take a look at the source code and see what's happening there. You can see some interesting stuff going on here. First of all, the variables are taking the names that I assigned to it, and the menus were instantiated here. We have the menu bar, the J menu items, and here's another J menu, and you can see the file menu that set text to be file, which explains this is the text for the file. you can see other invocation of methods like the control N and the control E here. They will add it to the menu item, add record and edit record respectively. You can see the exit menu item and the edit menu item. So if in a nutshell, if you wish to hand code most of this stuff and learn how Swing applications are being built, NetBeans can generate code for you to see how it goes. In case you really need to do some actual manual hand coding yourself, you can see the procedures that is involved in creating a GUI app. So I'm going to stop this video for now, and in the next video we'll see how to add other components. Like we need a toolbar here, and we also need a JTable. So I hope you found this informative, and thanks for viewing.